Hello and welcome to Around the ICC European Edition with me, Kevin Egan, and on this week's show I'll rank the top 10 players in North America, I'll give my thumbs up or thumbs down to some of the latest top transfers, and I'll show you the worst kits in Europe. I mean, they're absolutely awful. Just awful. Why? I don't know. Anyway, let's start this thing. With the international scene up and running over in Europe, it got us thinking about North America, and with the crop of young, talented stars over there, who's our power rankings? 1 through 10, 10 through 1, who's it going to be? I'll start over at 10. We've got Serginho Dest, only 19 years of age, starring for Ajax, linked with a big money move across to Bayern Munich. He's definitely making the top 10. At 9, Jonathan David, the Canadian. Banging them in for fun over in Belgium. A goal every 2 games, earns a massive move to Lille in Ligue 1. I think it's a club where he can do really well. He's still only 20. At 8 is Weston McKennie, a shock move to Juve. I don't know if anyone really expected this move, and I don't know if he's going to play a lot under Pirlo, but with no Khedira, no Blaise Matuidi, I'm giving him a big time chance, and I expect he will feature, and hopefully he'll climb this power rankings. At 7, I've got Tyler Adams. I think he's still got a little bit of an edge over McKennie, and I think he could be that box-to-box player, and even turn into an N'Golo Kante type player, but I do not agree with the folks out there that say he's a natural 6. I don't think he is. I think he's a box-to-box player that plays simple, and I think he's a talented guy at that. Chucky Lozano makes the grade here at number 6. A dream that turned into a nightmare at Napoli under Gattuso. He's got to get back on track, and I think he certainly will. Still ridiculously talented. At 5, Gio Reyna, 17 years of age. I think he's going to be the guy to help Erling Haaland become the most expensive player on the planet. Gio Reyna has all the playmaking abilities, and in a side as young as it is, with the likes of Jadon Sancho, I think he's going to be brilliant player going to the next level. Tecatito Corona comes in at 4 for me. The Mexican international was the MVP in the Portuguese Primeira playing for Porto. He was incredible all season long, and he'll feel he's unlucky to miss out on the top 3. So here we go. Drum roll please. In at 3, Raul Jimenez. I know, some of you think he should be higher. Scoring for fun, 27 goals last season, 10 assists as well for the Mexican playing for Wolves. He's so complete as a striker, but I think the next 2 edge him. At 2, Christian Pulisic. Unbelievable season for Chelsea. A breakout season for the Blues at a time when everybody seemed to doubt Pulisic. Written off. It's all about marketing, they said. No, it's certainly not, and became one of the best players in the Premier League during last season. But he's not going to take number 1 because that has to go to Alphonso Davies, the Canadian, a Champions League winner with Bayern Munich, still a teenager, maybe the best left back on the planet right now. I would love to get your thoughts on this, as well as the entire power rankings. Who have I left out? Now, while we're talking about Christian Pulisic, let's revisit this epic moment from 2 years ago at the ICC when the US international tore Van Dijk and Liverpool's defence apart over in Charlotte. 2 goals for Pulisic, and he could have had a hat-trick, setting up Dortmund's third on the night in a 3-1 win over the Reds. Let's play a little thumbs up or thumbs down on some of the big deals we've seen completed over the last couple of weeks. I'm going to start with Chelsea. Kai Havertz is a thumbs up, and a massive thumbs up at that. He plays with freedom. He's got finesse. He's got intelligence. He's someone who I think is going to absolutely light up the Premier League, and he's someone that every big club was interested in. At his age especially, becoming a German international now, Kai Havertz I think is set to become a Chelsea legend if he sticks around the club for a long time. I know it's an awful lot of money on this player, but I think he's someone who's going to prove to be worth every single penny. Next up, I'm also going to stick with Chelsea. Ben Chilwell, thumbs down. I really think Ben Chilwell, for over 50 million, is a player that I think is incredibly overrated. I don't even think he's in the top 10 left backs in the world, and he's over 50 million. I'm looking at Davies, Robertson, Guerrero, Mendy, Marcelo, Gaia, Bernat, Alexandro, Jordi Alba, Reguilon. I think they're all better players. And the last fella I mentioned, Reguilon, is someone that they absolutely should have gone after instead of Ben Chilwell. But I know there's a desire to bring in an English international. I just don't think he's that good. I don't like his decision making. I don't think he's elite going forward or defending. There was better out there for that amount of money. Finally, Donny Van Der Beek. massive thumbs up. For the money Manchester United paid for Donny Van Der Beek, you're getting a player at 23 years of age, coming into his prime, who's already been a star in the Champions League with Ajax. You're getting a player of extreme intelligence. His decision making is incredible. He's someone who I think can learn to play a little bit deeper with Bruno Fernandes and Pogba playing further forward, and I think in time Donny Van Der Beek's transfer from Ajax to Manchester United will prove to be a major success. Alright, with the big leagues all set to get back up and running, I've compiled my top 5 fixtures that you absolutely need to watch in the month of September. We're going to start with September 20th. It's a Sunday where Chelsea are hosting Liverpool. Chelsea, with the transfer window that every fan dreams their club would go and do, taking on the Premier League champions, a side under Jurgen Klopp that ran away with it last year. I think this one is juicy. You have to watch this. Next up for me is Barcelona against Villarreal. Barca's first game in match week 3. The reason this is so good is Villarreal have also had, like Chelsea, an incredible transfer window. They are stacked going forward with 2 of the brightest young talents in Kubo and Chukwueze on the flanks. They will absolutely go to the Camp Nou and hit Barcelona on the counter-attack, and that could be Barcelona's first game and first loss this season. It's not going to make Messi happy. Keep an eye on that one. At 3 for me is Le Classique, Paris Saint-Germain against Marseille, and it's on this coming Sunday. In fact, it'll be heated after the scenes in Marseille after PSG lost the Champions League final. Keep an eye in France this weekend. At 4 for me is Roma taking on Juventus, September 27th. It's a massive test for Andrea Pirlo at the helm now of the old lady, taking on Rome in Rome. It's not one you want to miss. And finally, to a classic this weekend, Liverpool's renewed rivalry with Leeds United, a first top-flight meeting between these sides since 2004, and a match that James Milner actually played in as a 17-year-old. Bielsa versus Klopp. This one is mouthwatering. Alright folks, my team from the ICC have challenged me to come up with my top 5 worst kits in Europe this season. And you know what? It was actually simple. Now, I'm not one to be talking about fashion, clearly, but I'm going to give this a rattle. In at number 5 for me is some kit I kind of like, but it's still pretty awful at the same time. Manchester City's away kit. Now, it reminded me of something out of Austin Powers. It's just so wacky, so strange, so unbelievably unique. For that reason, I kind of like it, but it's still pretty awful too. At 4, it's Manchester United's third kit. And the internet's going crazy because this image has been leaked. It looks like a zebra. It's pathetic, Manchester United. It's just absolutely putrid, awful. In at number 3, Inter Milan's away jersey. It looks like a picnic table blanket. It's like one of those old shirts I used to wear when I had loads of gel in my hair going to the discos when I was a teenager. And yes, I just said disco. In at number 2, Juventus and your third kit. It looks like molten lava. It's horrible. It's just disgusting. And the first kit, like the home kit that we see, a lot of people don't like it. I actually like it a lot. But this third kit is just disgraceful. And speaking of disgraceful and horrible and disgusting, the number 1 kit, Wolves. What have you gone and done? I mean, seriously, the blue splattered paint look with that awful sponsor look, and then traditional black and orange sleeves. It's just so bad. It's terrible. That does it, folks. We're going to love you and we're going to leave you at that for this week. As always, check out The Fixture with Meg Lenihan for all your football news and updates. Head to internationalchampionscup.com. For me, Kev Egan, and for our brilliant team, take care. We'll see you next week.